Hi guys. Okay, so I'm still totally new to the channel. Just giving this a shot. The next reading that we're going to do is for the collective Libras. And that's going to resonate for Sun, Moon, and Rising Libras for the collective. And we're going to take a look at future love. My future love for Sun, Moon, and Rising Libra. And the first question we're going to look at is, why haven't you found them yet? Your future love. Libra and their future love. Why haven't you found them? Okay, I don't read reversals, by the way. Okay, the second question. How can you overcome it? For the first position, you got Queen of Pentacles. Okay, second position. How do you overcome it? How do you overcome position one? Okay. What can you do to meet them? What can you do to meet them? How will you know them? How will Libra know their future loves when they found them? How will they know their future love? Where will you find them? Where will Libra find their future love? When will you find them? When will you find them? Guidance and tips. What is your first impression of them when you meet them? First impression. Wow, okay. What is the common bond between them? The common bond between them. And wisdom for the future. Okay, so the first question we had was, why haven't you found them? We drew the Queen of Pentacles. So I feel like the reason why you haven't found them as of yet is that you are really focused on stability. So maybe you've spent some time to figure out your work-life balance. Maybe you've been maybe you've been advancing your career. You've been really focused on stability, so things that you can control. The Queen of Pentacles is someone that is very much in control, very disciplined, and is abundant. So this tells me that you're financially secure, you're very disciplined in your work habits and your life habits, and I think that maybe that's how you like to live. You like to live a very disciplined life. So things that you can kind of take control over. Okay, so the next question was, how do you overcome this controlling aspect of being so disciplined and controlled in your life? We drew the Three of Pentacles, and this card kind of talks about work, but the way that I'm seeing this card in this context is, I feel like almost like these three pentacles are like work, love, life. So, and it's about balancing the three. So it feels like maybe for you to overcome it, you should kind of put a little more effort, a little bit more work into your love life. So maybe if that's maybe going on a dating site, or maybe asking someone out, to maybe kind of consider the dating, because I mean, if you're just busy working all the time, you're likely not going to meet anybody, and it does require some type of work in that domain if that's what if that's what you'd like. So that's what I feel that this card is kind of telling me right now. Okay, so the next question was, what can you do to meet them? So we kind of just talked about this card, about putting some effort and some time into your love life, putting some effort and work into your love life. This card is talking about kind of extending an offer. So again, it kind of has to do with putting effort and giving. So I feel like here, the Page of Pentacles is kind of, you know, extending yourself and offering yourself to a possible relationship or getting to know someone. Okay, so your next question was, how will you know them? So this is kind of an interesting card. So how will you know your future love? You got the Tower, which to me, it's kind of like, what this says to me is, this person will come to you maybe after an abrupt change or unexpected turn of events in your life. So maybe they'll just kind of come out of the ashes or the woodwork after some type of maybe collapse. So maybe something in your life will not go so well, but maybe they will come in at that time. It doesn't necessarily mean it's like super bad, but sometimes things have to be shaken or collapsed in order for new things to begin. All right, so your next question was, where will you find them? So where will you find them? You got the King of Cups. So this one, talking about emotions, this is the strongest suit for emotions. So this is someone who is very disciplined in their emotions, but is also able to balance that give and take. So this is someone that's very fair, very strives towards equality, and is giving. He's giving. He has a lot of things, but he can give. He's very comfortable in his skin. He's very comfortable in his emotions. There is no fear. There is no trauma. This is someone that is very clear in what he wants or she wants. So I feel like in the context of the question, where will you meet or where will you find them? Where will you find them? Not really too sure what that means. I may have to pull a clarifying card on that one because I'm not really too sure what that means. I'm going to clarify that card because I'm not really too sure. Where will you find them? Clarify the King of Cups. Clarify the King of Cups. Knight of Cups. Okay. So I feel like this is talking about you. I feel like you got the Knight of Cups, which is coming in with an offer. So coming in with an offer of emotion. So maybe once you work on yourself and you become more comfortable with sharing your emotions, you get to this place where you are extremely comfortable and no longer feel vulnerable with emotions, and that's something that you are very comfortable in. Maybe this is talking about a state of where will you find them. You'll find them when like your emotional development is fully come to its full fruition. So here we're talking about you're so disciplined in work and in things that you can control. We're talking about extending yourself into the love domain by putting some effort and work in there. And maybe with that effort and work, as you start to give, as you start to give to situations, you will work on your emotional development. You'll start that by offering things, and you will be comfortable, and you'll come to the realization that in the emotional domain, you are a very high player, a very strong player in your emotions as well. Maybe something that you didn't even know of. So this could be a new skill that you're kind of working on. Okay, so maybe it's at that time in your life when this person comes in. Okay, so when will you find them? You got the Queen of Cups for when will you find them. And I think that in time, I think this is going to be with your Queen of Cups and your King of Cups. They were kind of mirroring each other, looking at each other. I think that this is when and where you will find them is when you're in this domain of working on yourself and coming up to the King of Cups. You are going to find your match, and that's going to be the perfect match. It's going to be someone that is able to give exactly what you can give, maybe in a different way, but it's going to be, again, someone who's very nurturing, very comfortable with emotional intimacy and stability. And maybe this is talking about a context of a self-growth type thing, but both of these cards tell me that you will meet your absolute match. Okay, so your guidance is the Knight of Swords. So it's being open and honest about your thoughts and your feelings about situations, and maybe just kind of opening up that dialogue and opening up the conversation, telling people how you feel, or like, look, I have a really strong connection with you. I'm really enjoying getting to know you. Being able to, the Knight of Swords to me is someone that is very clear, sharp in what he thinks or she thinks, and is coming towards to take action. So it's about being able to express the things that are on their minds. So that's what your guidance for this situation is. Lastly, you have your first impression of them. Your first impression of them is the Star, which is so magical. Okay, so when you meet this one, and it kind of coincides with the Queen of Cups too, right? So this is about having hope and magic and passion, and this card to me is just magical because stars are magical. But again, this is someone that has hope, aspiration. This person has passion, and you are going to be gravitated to this person. That's what your first impression is going to be. Your first impression is going to be magical, which is so amazing because I love super deep connections, and this to me speaks magic all over. But this is high passion. All right. That's super cool. I love that. Okay. So your common bond between you two is the Knight of Wands. Both of you, I think, are going to be slow moving to this situation. I think that both of you guys are very similar in a lot of respects. But I think that both of you guys are going to take kind of a slow approach to this. So, which is kind of interesting because your impression of them is really magical. So I'm thinking that it will be like high passion, and that drive will be intense to go towards this person. And this is not something that's going to waver, wander, disappear. This person will always kind of have a passion in you. But your common bond is both you guys are going to come slowly to this. So maybe it's because this is too strong, and maybe somehow that kind of scares you too. But it looks like the common bond is that you both are going to kind of be strategic in the sense of kind of thinking through before jumping into things. Okay, and lastly, for your future card, your wisdom future card, is the Sun, which, hello, so amazing again, so amazing. So the Sun is the everlasting to all life. So I feel like this relationship, when you meet them, that this is going to be full abundance. It's going to be a wish fulfillment. It's going to be everything you ever needed, wanted, fantasized about. It's going to be. So I think that just like your past, with the effort and the discipline that you've had, I think that it's just a matter of time before that comes for your love life. And I think with this match in particular, it's going to be the sun, and the sun gives all life to everything. It's going to be the final completion for you, because everything else in your life is fully balanced, is fully taken care of, and there are no worries for that. And the sun for your love life is the happy ending. It's the happy ending. So that's it for your reading right now. I'm going to think about doing extended versions a little later, but right now this is all that we've got. So let me know in the feedback how that resonated with everybody, what you liked about it. I'm open to feedback, and I hope everybody has a wonderful day and night. Thank you. Bye.